Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and I am excited for this video, or maybe videos. We'll see how this goes. The Jedi Knight Luke event has returned. This is the second time the event has shown up. I missed it the first time, like the vast majority of people, but given the reception of the character, how good he is in light-side Geonosis territory battles, and very recently the news that he is required to get the Galactic Legend Jedi Master Luke, I immediately started farming for Jedi Knight Luke. I was originally going to switch into Kylo. I had just gotten Rey ready to go, ready to switch into Kylo, and rather than start that long haul, I switched gears and went to get Jedi Knight Luke first because I was much closer to his requirements than I was to Galactic Legend Kylo. So I got the requirements done early, was ready, sitting, waiting, anticipating it, and rather than give us an announcement that the event was coming, they just gave us the announcement that the event was here, and it opened up immediately. So I am super excited about that and ready to go at this event. I have my characters at the minimum gear, all Relic 3. I haven't moved anybody up. I've heard it's possible to do that, so I am going to do everything I can to show you in this video how to beat all of the missions and unlock Jedi Knight Luke without using any additional relics over the required Relic 3 for those characters. So, as we go into the event, we can see we have a total of 8 tiers to go through, and they'll unlock along the way. A lot of these fights are one-on-one battles, which is pretty new. We usually have kind of a cinematic or a duel or the rock, paper, scissors thing from the Galactic Legends, and there's usually just that one kind of story, Obi-Wan versus Vader for unlocking Commander Luke Skywalker, that you have, and it's not really a gear check, it's more of just an experience. But here, it's a lot of one-on-one battles, and it can't be a gear check because the minimum gear required to get into the event is Relic 3, so instead it's kind of a mod check. I haven't watched any walkthroughs for this event, but I have been aware, I've seen on Reddit and I've seen my guild chat on how some people have gotten through this. So I have some knowledge of how the event works, but I don't have a laid out strategy. So what I'm going to do here is go in with the characters as they are, not remodding, just with the mods I have on them, see how the event plays out the first time, and then make the adjustments as needed to try and get through it and complete it successfully. And of course, I'm not going to make you watch 100 failed attempts. I may have the first run as that has some insight into the event and how things work, and then of course I'll cut to the successful run and talk about what works and why and what I'm seeing as I'm getting there. And then depending on how long this video takes, we may end up chopping it up into 2 parts, so we'll see how that goes. For the first Tier 1, all you need is a Relic 3 Wampa. They recommend Relic 5, and it's against Luke. Prioritize tenacity for the Wampa to resist debuffs. So here is my Wampa, Relic 3, and right now he's set for potency and crit damage. So he's going to hit hard, but does not have the tenacity, so I'm guessing this isn't going to work. Also to note, I don't have any of the Omegas on my Wampa or any of the Zetas. Now, the Zetas and the Omegas, they're probably a decent investment. Wampa is a good standalone character, kind of plug and play, goes into a lot of teams, but isn't a critical component to any team. So obviously, if you can avoid putting that extra stuff on him, you'll want to. My situation, I have a ton of Zeta mats just sitting around. I am overloaded. I think I have enough for, I think I have 400 Zeta pieces, give or take, just sitting, waiting for Zetas to put on people. Of course, a lot of that was planned to go into the Kylo, Galactic Legend Kylo, or Sith Leader Kylo Ren. But since we're not going that route now, I have those available. So we'll see what makes sense to do. Let's just get into the battle and see how this first one plays out. So of course we're going to be on Hoth, and we get a cool little cutscene here with the Tauntaun. And it's Commander Luke Skywalker Hoth version. I don't know if that means cosmetically he's different and everything else is Commander Luke Skywalker, or if he has a slightly tweaked kit. So I'm guessing he can do his self-cleanse, so it won't make sense to try and put any days on him. But Wampa will gain protection up. So let's do that. Let's give ourselves the protection. And he does have some counterattacks, but so do we. And he does have call to action. And you can see we're hit with a ton here. Buff immunity, speed down, defense down. So those debuffs are hitting us hard. We do have 2 dots on him, so that's the one advantage to going with the potency set. We might be stacking up enough debuffs for them to matter. We're both out of health, but we're going to be able to roar on the next turn. And if we can get to it, maybe that'll make a difference. Let's see. We're going to gain accuracy, crit chance, and offense. We will not gain any turn meter, so we'll have to see if that's enough to survive here. Big counterattacks now, and not enough. So you can see we fell behind, and it wasn't even really that close. So let's go ahead, and we're going to put on my highest tenacity set that also has high speed. So I'll remod, we'll come back and try it again and see if that makes a difference. Okay, so we have remodded Wampa. Basically, I took my highest speed tenacity primary mods and put them on Wampa. His protection actually went down a little bit, so that might be a problem. We might need more health and protection to get through. Speed came up a good bit, about 20 or 30 points, and obviously tenacity is now through the roof. Let's see, where's the actual value? 140%, so we should really be resisting those debuffs. Let's see if that is the key here. Yeah, nice that it skips the Tauntaun cutscene and goes right to the battle. Okay, so we can dispel all debuffs. Again, I don't think that matters. I do think the protection up is important. We do need to keep health up as long as possible, so let's lead with that. And again, we get hit with the speed down right away. That's interesting with 140% tenacity. No other debuffs though so far. Get the roar in. Get the protection up again. Get a daze on there. Unfortunately, he gets the cleanse. Wow, and we got the defense down. Let's roar again. All 3 debuffs. Wow, look at that. So I think that was a little unlucky. I am going to give it one more try and see if just RNG is at play there. Alright, so what we're going to do, I think it's close. I think you could push through and get it done, but I'm going to put the Omegas on. So we're going to be gaining turn meter on basic if we're not debuffed, and with the tenacity, we shouldn't be getting much debuff, so we'll get a couple of extra attacks in. So we're going to go for that. We'll take Icebreaker because that gives us another 50% protection and 20% damage. The damage isn't the big deal, but that 50% protection is probably going to be huge. And I'll hold off on the additional counter chance. I don't think we need it. Let's see if we can get by with just those 2 Omegas. Alright, now we've got the extra protection. Let's get that stacked. Really bad start with the debuffs. Already getting hit with 2. Speed and defense down. Cleanse. Cleanse again. And he is at full health. Big hit. Oh boy, that's close. All right, let's see. So we are cleansed. We'll get 20% turn meter by doing the basic. And I know we have him outspeeded by at least a little bit, so we should get 2 turns in a row here. And if so, the basic is definitely the right way to go. The smash is the more conservative play. We get the protection up. We know we can survive a hit. But if he has his cleanse ready and we can't see his cooldowns, so we don't know, then he's going to be basically reset and might get a double turn if he's got his other abilities ready and can remove my turn meter. Let's go for the basic. Let's go aggressive here, see what we can do. Ah, great. Okay, we did get the double turn. Boy, he regained some protection there somehow. And I think we're just going to smash through it. Boom! Okay, so I did break down and get 2 of the Omegas, and I think that was, what, my first, maybe my second attempt since I did that. So, remodded for Tenacity with my highest speed set. Tenacity primaries, got to 140% Tenacity. Still was getting debuffs, so there's definitely other ways to do this. If you want to just max out health and protection and ramp up his damage and just try and survive and hang in there, I think you could do it that way too. The Tenacity obviously is one path, but doesn't seem like the only path. And then I did break down and I got 2 of the Omegas on his basic and on his first special. Did not get the second special Omega and did not get any Zetas. And we were able to get through that, again, I think on maybe the second try there. So, not too bad. And again, easily with Relic 3 and not even a maxed out Relic 3 character, missing both Zetas and an Omega. All right, so now I believe the tables are turned and we play Commander Luke against the Wampa. So now, with the roles reversed, they say prioritize potency to get those debuffs to stick. So I am going to go in real quick. I am close to my mod cap. So I'm going to put my mods back, and then we'll jump in with Luke as he's set up for my normal roster. Okay, here we go. We've got Commander Luke, and I have him potency and crit damage. Let's take a look. He is maxed out in terms of the Zetas. He was too good of a character when he came out for me not to immediately take him all the way up. So he has all of his abilities maxed out as high as they can go. He's Relic 3, and we're dealing with 266 speed, 90 potency, and there are the rest of the stats that you can check out. And let's see if we have enough to get through. I imagine we will. With a fully Zeted Commander Luke, this should just be a matter of a little bit of RNG, if any. Alright, we are going to save our heal. Let's see if we can knock his turn meter down. We can. And let's just go for some basics, get those debuffs on there. He gets his cleanse. And do we do it now? Half protection? I don't think so. How much do we get back? 40 health, 40 protection. Yeah, let's do it. We're at about 40% protection loss there. Knock the turn meter down again. Basic. Cover. And we're one hit away. Can we get him? Yes. All right. First try, pretty straightforward. Again, all the Zetas, all the Omegas on Commander Luke there. But I didn't even remod him. That's just an average setup. You know, Commander Luke is, what, your 5th or 6th best team if you've got Galactic Legends and Darth Revan and Gas and Padme. So he's certainly not anywhere near my best mod set, and skated through that very easily. So Tier 2 doesn't seem to be like that'll be the problem that you're going to encounter in this event. All right, Tier 3, we've got Relic Level 3 required for C-3PO, Captain Han, Chewbacca, and ROLO. And this one, the Echo Base, struck by the Empire being invaded by troopers, Vader somewhere in the base, and the group must escape before he finds them. Each time an enemy takes a turn, Vader gets closer to entering the battle. Okay, so I've seen like a screenshot of this battle, and I think like Vader's creeping in the background, And in the battle that I saw, or the clip that I saw, they never showed what happened if you lose and Vader gets there. Like, does he go nuts? Does he use some cool ability and wipe everybody out, or is it just throw up the instant death screen? So we're gonna do that. We're gonna make sure we do that in my run. I want to see what happens when Vader shows up. So again, we're gonna go in here with the units as they are. I've got ROLO maxed out for tenacity. I think her lead is so interesting and has such potential, but it just doesn't have a place right now. But you can gain all kinds of crazy abilities, turn meter and other stuff when you're resisting debuffs. And you know, she's got high tenacity. You can load her up with tenacity. So I think that's cool, and that's what we're going to try and do in this battle. But I don't know that that's going to be enough to get us through here. So C-3PO, straight speed and health on him. He's not attacking, so you just want him to take as many turns as possible and not to die from AoEs or other attacks. And Chewbacca, I have him defense and tenacity. Again, using him, you want him to resist stuns and daze so he can be assisting. I don't know if that's going to be the case here, so his modding may be a problem. We may have to fix him. And then Captain Han, oh, I had such high hopes for this guy being the missing piece to a rebel squad for like assault battles and things like that, because he can revive and regenerate protection, but he's been a big disappointment. So I've got him health and potency. He can, I think he can do some days on his basic, but you can see his mods are a mess. I'm not using him for anything, so he's in really bad shape. So let's go in as they are, as they sit on my roster, and see what we've got. Okay, Vader is not lurking in the background. So we have a full squad of snowtroopers, a stormtrooper. There looks like one of the operatives is there. Let's see what we've got going on. Oh, it's wave 1 of 2. Okay, Vader must be in the second wave. So we want to get through this as painlessly as possible. And I think what we're going to do... Who do we want to assist? Attacking out of turn beefs up Captain Han, but Chewbacca does the damage. So let's get translated. I think we can get some ability blocks out here if we do. Big smash. Again with the wipeout. Oh, I thought we'd take out that weaker guy there. Alright, we can dispel debuffs and recover health. And so I think this will give her some protection. Let's do that. Get the assist. And he's not taunting. Let's try and get these snowtroopers down. They can gain a ton of turn meter. Get the stun. And I think that'll recharge Chewbacca's main ability. Let's do this. Let's get him up to 3 stacks so we can start reducing cooldowns. Let's go here. Good. We have the smash ready. Ooh, not quite enough. Take him out. There's ability block. Let's try and get the other snowtrooper down. Stop this guy from going into stealth. Great. Alright, we can do the stun and no protection, so we should get our smash back. Get the ability blocks. Do the smash. Cover. Oof, those AoEs are brutal. Alright, let's go with Han here this time. We want to get his protection regenerating back up as quickly as possible. Alright, we make it through. And now we got a Veer's lead, and Vader is in the back there, and it looks like 20 turns. I think it's 20 Empire or enemy turns until he comes out. Oh, I think we need to stun Veer, but he's going to do a big call to assist. That's an ability block. Unfortunately, we didn't get the block on there, the confusion on there before the taunt went up. They are burning through turns. Wow, this is going to be really close. I do want to see what happens with Vader, though, so I kind of don't want to win. I don't think there's any way we take them out before Vader gets his turn here. Alright, I'm going to throw this. I could smash and clean it up and probably win. But I really want to see what happens with Vader, so we're going to take it easy here and see what happens. Oh, he just shows up and taunts. And he gets his rework, so he's a beast. Okay, I wonder if we need to defeat Vader or if we can just get out of here. Let's bring Leia back. Ooh, he's fast too. We need to heal or see if C-3PO is going to die, and I want him alive to call. Oh, and it still works! That's crazy! Okay, so you can run from Vader. That's awesome. That was totally worth it. So, again, I made that harder than it had to be. Didn't remod. Mods were complete crap. I should have showed the Zeta levels. I do have the Zeta on Cholo, on Captain Han Solo there. C-3PO is maxed, Chewbacca's maxed in terms of their abilities, but ROLO definitely is not, and the mods were a complete disaster, a complete mess. And I intentionally threw a couple turns to let Vader get into the battle just to see what he does, and it's cool. It's reworked Vader, so he's big and powerful, but you don't lose right away. If you eliminate the troopers, you can still run away from him. So that was cool. I appreciate the way that was set up. That was totally worth it, and I got a lot of enjoyment out of that. All right, so we're going into Tier 4. This is the halfway point if we can beat it, and this is the space battle, right? So I've heard about this as well. I guess you're provided with a capital ship. I think it's the transport. I don't believe it's going to have any weapons. I don't think it'll have any abilities. Maybe we'll see when we get in there. But you have a team of Han's Millennium Falcon, Wedge's X-Wing, and then I think you're given a Y-Wing. And the trick is you can't lose any of the characters. They need to all survive until they can hyper jump out. So Wedge Antilles is technically needed for this mission because he's the pilot for his ship. He does not have a relic level requirement. So I have him, I think I have him at 11. Let's see if he shows up in here. There's his X-Wing. And there's Wedge. I have him at 10. So he's pretty low. I've heard people can get through it with even less than that. Again, a decent character. He's a rebel fighter. Probably goes well in a Mon Mothma team that's coming around soon here when she goes farmable. But he's fallen out of favor, and the rebel fleet and Wedge as a part of it has definitely fallen out of favor. So not one that you want to invest gear in if you don't have to. So let's go in. Yep, we're provided with the Y-Wing. We don't have any choice here. Oh, apparently we have a relic Hoth rebel soldier piloting the transport. And let's go in and see what we've got. All right, we've got Vader in his advanced, and it cannot be defeated. Then we've got a bomber and a TIE fighter. And the one thing that I heard is you really want to take out the bomber as soon as you can. So because we can't lose a ship, let's see if it tells you that over here. Nope, just gives us some information about the TIE bomber. Because we don't want to lose a ship, it's actually not beneficial for the Millennium Falcon to do its thing, its wiggle, to get its outmaneuver buff, because then it's untargetable and all of the damage gets focused on one less target. So instead, does that give us any advantage? Can't be countered, can't be targeted. We recover health and protection, we don't need to do that. We gain turn meter, but that's, yeah, not really a thing. All right, do we want to grant all allies defense penetration up? Again, we want survivability. Physical damage, call another to it, and we get target lock. Okay, let's go with the basic. I think it's most important. I think it'll hit the hardest on the bomber, which is what we're on. And the Y-Wing taunted for us, which is interesting. Dispel all debuffs. We definitely want to get that exposed off of there, so I think we're going to do that. Shield disruption. Disables protection, and yeah, okay, so Vader, that doesn't matter for Vader, and the TIE Fighter doesn't have any, so let's do that on the bomber. And, oh, another assist, not quite. Alright, so now we've got Wedge. We don't need that, we just need a regular standard attack here to take it out. Let's save that for the TIE Fighter if we can. Hang in there, Wedge. Now, this time the attack will miss. So is it beneficial to do? I still don't think it is. Nope, let's just go with the basic. And call in a second TIE Fighter. Hang in there, Wedge. All right, now we can go for the big strike. 20% bonus damage. Well, we don't have any debuffs on there, unfortunately. So is that worth it? I don't know if it's going to be enough. Let's just go for the basic, get some dots on there. And we don't want the TIE to counter, so we're not going to do that. Let's go with the hit. Oof, look at those dodges. That was brutal. Alright, now we've got at least one dot on there. Let's see if the big hit can do it. And we get the assist to take it out. Alright, nice. I don't want to attack the TIE Fighter because it'll counter. So instead we'll attack Vader, knowing we can't take him out. That doesn't matter. We just don't want to trigger the counters. Okay, now we can switch back over. And, I mean, I could wiggle. But if the taunt comes down, that's not going to help. So let's just go for the damage. Come on. Big hit. There we go. Alright. Yep, we're not going to wiggle. Even though the taunt is up, I'd still rather, if it gets stripped somehow. Yep, okay, so now the taunt is off. We're going to remove protection. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't want the Y-Wing to taunt right now. I think the Y-Wing's in pretty bad shape. I'd rather the damage go elsewhere. So let's not do that. Let's just put it in. Oh, he taunted anyway. Right. Okay. Not familiar with the Rebel Y-Wing's mechanics just yet. I have him unlocked, but I'm not really using him in anything. And we're not stripping turn meter anyway, are we? We've got critical... dispel all buffs. He doesn't have any. And again, this is not going to give us anything. Defense penetration. Well, you know what? Now might be the time to get it. If the next thing comes in and we've got a little bonus damage, because we're not worried about defeating Vader. So let's do that. We'll get the defense penetration. Maybe that helps with the next enemy. Oh, gosh. We have... Oh, this is terrible. So the Y-Wing can get out, but if it does, it leaves Wedge with one less target to soak up the next hit. So I'm guessing I'm going to skip his turn because he got stunned. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to stay in with the Y-Wing. Ah! 1 in 3 chance there. Alright, that was gross. Let's try it again. That was crazy how well that went. And then they got all the turns. Everybody got to go. And they got to do the AoE. And it wiped out the... Oh, that was brutal. Okay, this is attempt number 3. Let's get defense penetration. Disable the protection. Counterattacks take him out. Open basic. Counterattack takes him out. Alright, the Y-Wing gets the cleanse because of the extra debuffs. Alright, this time we're going to go for the wiggle now, and hopefully that helps when the Falcon is left by itself. Be a TIE Fighter with Retribution, so we're going to avoid him. Actually, we can attack him with the Falcon because he has the outmaneuver. And now we can get out. Do we do it? I think so. Let's try it again. Go. Oh, the bonus attack's great. Alright, you go. Tarkin's turn was not... Oh, see, that was so easy. The RNG in this mission is just insane. So, I think the lesson there, you don't want to wiggle early, but you do want to wiggle towards the end. Again, it didn't even matter in that one. Tarkin didn't get his ultimate. We got lucky with the counters and the assists, and the TIE Fighters didn't evade. I think TIE Fighters evading bumps up his turn meter and lets him get to that ultimate faster. And now in that run, we just had nice bonus attacks and no evasion. So, broad range of outcomes. Bottom line, you don't really need to gear up Wedge too far to get this done. Bare minimums for everybody else is fine. All right, we are at Tier 5. Now we're going to Dagobah. We've got Commander Luke and Hermit Yoda. And seeks training from an elusive Jedi. Let's see what we've got here. So again, Luke is the same setup as he was before. And my Hermit Yoda, speed. It's all about speed. A little bit of health on him as well, but you want him as fast as possible. Just in general, this is how I use him in my other teams. So I do have everything on Yoda except for do or do not, and I don't think that matters in this one because I'm guessing if you lose Luke, you lose, so you're not going to get any benefit from that Zeta anyway. So definitely one that I imagine you can skip in general. That's how I use them, and for this battle as well. Alright, we've got some stormtroopers and an Imperial officer and a snow trooper. Let's do the officer first. I think he's going to be passing turns and stuff around. And we want buff immunity, here we go, on stormtrooper so he can't taunt. That. And the AoEs aren't really going to hurt us, I don't think. So let's not worry about that. We will take the bonus heal. And just a basic heal. One more will do it. And yep, we block the taunt. Oof, that is tempting to go there with the turn reduction. Let's do it. We've got 2 waves here. Oh, we resisted it. Wow. Alright, let's send Luke in again. Yeah, we'll go for that heal. Can we get a stun? Nice. Big heal. And this guy's gonna taunt anyway. eventually. Let's, we don't need to use any turn meter reduction because they're still down. Let's go for the Snowtrooper. We're going to do a heal. And then let's knock the turn meter down. I don't care if he taunts at this point. I'd rather block the turn than to taunt, and now maybe we can get a stun. Nice. Let's get those debuffs on there. Double stun. Alright, now we're in control. See if we can build back up to full health and protection here before the next wave. Let's go for the big heal. And yep, let's go defensive so we counter if we need to. Let's knock down your turn meter, give you the buff immunity. Yeah, we'll send Luke in. We have enough to regen, cycle through some turns there while we work this last guy down. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. Basic will save all the specials. We'll get the big heal and let's go in as topped off as we can. Alright, in wave 2, it is Darth Vader. And I have no idea what flavor of Darth Vader this is going to be. Let's see what he says here. Immune to stun and tenacity down. Interesting. Not immune to turn meter reduction, or is he? I know Vader the character can be. Oh, what do we do here? Oh, and it's just Luke. We lost Hermit Yoda. That's interesting. Alright, well, let's see if we can get the turn meter off. We were not able to. Let's switch into defensive. Vader's Force Crush can't be countered, but everything else can be, so maybe that'll help. Speed down is good. There's the counter. Defense down is good. Not wiping out his turn meter. It looks like he has the reduction. Yeah, we'll take that free turn. We'll take that protection. He does have the Zeta. The dots do stick. Come on, 2 more hits. Oh, the dots expire, though. Interesting. Let's do the heal. Free turn. Big hit. And counter. There we go. Okay, pretty easy. I was saving specials on Hermit Yoda, but no need because he doesn't go with you into the second wave. So have Luke ready to go. Again, I think defensive stance rather than having the call to action buff is better. He'll counterattack the first couple of hits, and then you can use the heal to put him into offensive mode when you need to after you take a few hits from Vader.